We them boys. We them boys. Underwear, underwear, underwear. We them boys. We them boys. Underwear, underwear, underwear. We them boys. We them boys. Underwear. Yeah. We them boys. We them boys. We them boys.
Yeah, we got Justin and
Johnny and Joshy too.
Yeah, we them boys, we the underwear crew. And if you tune in, then you know what we do. Yeah, we them boys, we the underwear crew.
Are you
Serious face.
Serious face. And 3 and 2. It's quiet. Too quiet.
What is it, Justin?
It's our podcast. Starting up. And I'm Justin.
And I'm Johnny.
And I'm Josh.
And this is
The Underwear Boys. Josh, what the?
Only
fuck?
2 of us did it. God damn it, Josh. This is why we can't do things. We're trying to do bits, and you, it's fine. We're starting.
Trying
I
to
don't
do
like
bits,
how we
did you
take.
say?
I don't like how we take 5 minutes before we actually get started. I feel like when we
That
start,
was
we
the
just
start.
That was the start, yeah, and you missed the start.
No, I know, but I'm just saying I don't like how we just talk and then we wait for a podcast.
Well,
I
hey,
feel like it's
news for you, Josh. A
Well,
podcast
how-
is just talking. So,
And what if we just randomly just started and just start talking?
yeah.
It wouldn't be as good as having an intro like that.
And do you think when they built Rome, you think that they were just ready
Oh,
to
guys.
go? No, they spent time talking about it, dude.
Planning it.
Planning it, figuring it out.
and fucking it. No.
But anyways, so this is the Underwear Boys, episode 4. And in some ways, we are blowing up. But in other ways, we're not.
We're getting less and less views every single video.
But
So
we're getting more and more comments.
we are getting more and more comments. The first one had 0. Second one had 1. The third one had 2.
And then somebody went back to the first
That's
one.
exponential growth.
And, yeah. And somebody went back to the first one and commented. So that one actually got one.
The first one.
Yeah, Buy Me a Goat.
He
He went back to the first one and commented.
He's our OG.
Yeah, he's our probably our number one.
Shout out
subscriber.
to Buy Me a Goat.
True fan.
Shout out. We got some questions coming later. But first, let's just talk about our week, dude. What have we done this week?
This week, dude. This week flew by. It was like, wait, was this was Monday school off? Monday
No.
Memorial or
No,
That
that
was
was
the week
last
before.
week.
That was last
That
week?
was last week. But this week flew by.
This
though.
week flew by, dude. All of a sudden it was like Thursday. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
dude. This week's already
What
like
happens when you
what?
skip classes?
Yeah, this was the week I skipped. This is the first week I skipped classes.
Yeah, honestly, me
Yeah.
too. Half of my classes every day.
Well, now that I can just do it online, I'm like not going to class anymore.
Yeah, you can just video.
Other than
conference.
2 classes. But I'm taking it seriously.
Something about this last week, dude. I was just not feeling anything. Like not like school wise. I was feeling like extracurriculars, like me hanging out with friends and stuff.
Yeah, me
But
too.
school, I did nothing.
Dude, it's senioritis. We're getting to that point where we're just like, I'm ready to start real world shit.
Oh yeah, that's exactly where I'm at.
I'm ready to
Dude.
start making money, living on my own, getting a penthouse,
Yeah.
a Waikiki penthouse.
Waikiki. And that's and school right now I feel like is hindering me from that.
It's hindrance. It's an hindrance. It's
Wish
a
I could
hindrance.
relate.
Yeah, well you'll be trapping too after school. Which
I'm saying because I have another year.
well,
Yeah.
you
Maybe
gotta
even
get,
2.
You gotta get past this semester first.
No, you
but-
don't. You're good.
Yeah.
But we didn't do okay, this is how I feel. For the first 3 weeks, we were like doing a lot of stuff, and then I think it caught up to us because this last week we did like nothing until Friday.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
We didn't do anything. We didn't go out anywhere till Friday. We didn't really even hang out with friends that much till Friday.
Huh.
You're right.
That's why it went by really fast?
No, I don't know if that's why I went by. I'm just saying I think we did so much the first 3 weeks of school that finally we were like, all right, we need a week off.
Well, honestly, that's just how I am on a daily basis, but I feel it. I know what you're talking about.
I think that's also why it went by so fast, because it was like school, we came back, I don't know, watched Ben 10. And
We
then
have been watching Ben 10.
It's been pretty good. It's throwback to
Recap of our
childhood.
childhood, yes.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm digging it. But yeah, we go to school, come back, chill, hang
Yeah.
out, and then go to sleep.
Yeah.
You know, not like get back, go play volleyball. Like, you know, when we do all that stuff, it's like a full day. I think the week goes by slower doing that.
Really?
I think so. I mean, it makes... Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I feel like that is like the normal routine of what it should be like when you're in college. Like, go to school, work out, like, chill. And then on the weekends, you hang out with friends and stuff like that.
When school starts progressively getting more, you know, harder,
Yeah.
I think it will be a lot less hang out with friends and more
More homework.
more
and stuff.
homework. But as of what is it, the 4th week?
It's now the 4th week. Well, we just finished the 4th week.
Yeah, it's still in like the taking off mode.
Yeah.
Take off.
Take off.
Do we have only 14 weeks this semester or 15?
We have 15. Every semester is always 15
But,
weeks,
I
and
mean,
then dead weeks. So technically
If
16
we have 15,
weeks.
then why? I guess we could start a week earlier than normal for August.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, dude. And we went to a party Friday. Well, a little get together. I wouldn't say it was necessarily a
It was
party.
kind of a kickback a little bit.
There was like 15 people there probably.
Back. We got some construction done in our house. Added a nice fireplace.
Oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
new.
This is new. It keeps us warm.
State of the art. We got it from Costco.
Costco.
Shout out Costco. This
Shout out Costco.
this podcast is brought to you by Costco.
Costco. But that was nice. It took a couple days to put that fireplace in.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones that goes through out the roof, so the smoke goes above us.
Oh, you mean like a normal fireplace?
No, dude. there is electric fireplaces that
Yeah.
used
Yeah. Okay. There is
like a
those.
normal fireplace.
There is those.
Living in the 1700s.
My sister has a fireplace in her house, and let me tell you, dude, beautiful open concept house, and then a fireplace right in the middle.
The middle.
Just it ruins the whole thing.
Like in the living room, just right in the middle of the whole
Yeah,
thing? That's
yeah,
weird.
and it goes all the way up. So it's not like a little fireplace here, and then you can still see over it. It's a wall all the way up,
Damn.
and it just ruins the whole thing.
That does ruin it, dude. What the heck?
Yeah, and as a future, I want to have my own HGTV show when I get
Yeah.
Oh
older.
my gosh.
I just didn't like it, dude. And would I love to list it? I would list it 100%. That's a HGTV reference.
Yeah, I didn't get it, so.
Love it or listed.
You watch that?
Dude, my parents always, before we moved.
Your parents would be the top. I can see your parents on Loved or List It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it or list it, like love it or get rid of it. Like,
The ones
sell
they
it.
always watch were Property Brothers and Love It or List It or Flip or Flop.
Those are good. Those
I
are
watched the one where they
classics,
put
dude.
the RV in front of the house and they kick them out of their house and they fix it up.
Like
And then the
straight
RV
milk
comes
over
back,
her.
Moosh,
yeah.
that RV.
Do you know
Good
that
bus.
actually they fucked
Good
over the
bus.
people? That show fucked over people?
Yeah, I heard that they did.
Dude, I just watched an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Now they did that. They remade that in the show,
Really?
and they totally destroyed. They burnt down their house eventually,
Really?
and they moved that bus, and the house is just gone.
That was like the OG show. That's what started. I feel like all the flipper flops.
That was
and
a
all
good
the
show.
Property
Mhm.
Brothers. That one started it. But I did hear that they would go and make the houses really cool and everything. Like that wasn't fake. That was all real. But then they would you refinance your house after that, and like they couldn't afford to pay that because the house was so nice now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like they did it all for free, but like they made their house worth so much more money that they couldn't afford to pay.
They should
their
just
mortgage.
sell it. That's when you just sell it and you get
Sell it, yeah,
profit.
yeah.
That's
That
what I
would
would
be
do.
nice.
If they're like,
But-
hey, we're gonna come flip your house. I'd be like, cool.
But a lot of times they did stuff specifically for that family. Like there was just one where the girl had like asthma or something.
Yeah.
And then they would redo like the air filtration system just for her or whatever. It's like if you sell it, kind of defeats the purpose, you know? Because
Yeah.
they did it just for that girl.
That's true.
I mean,
But
I
then they
guarantee
can't
probably still
afford it.
sold.
I
They
mean, what's another I don't know how much that would raise your taxes, or your
Mortgage.
mortgage, but I mean, it might be worth it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but I
Because
did.
yeah, if say you're one of those people that's like, hey, I want to upgrade my house, you have to pay for the whole upgrades, and then on top of that, the extra mortgage that you'll have to pay. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you go on Wheel of Fortune and you win a free car, and then you realize you got to pay all the taxes for the car.
Oh yeah,
That's what it is.
that's
It's
what
like
it is.
Nothing's ever free.
I know. There's all these like super cool things on TV. You're like, oh, that's so cool, and then behind the scenes, people
There's
have
a
to
catch.
pay. Yeah, there's
People
a
are
catch.
like, I'd rather just not take the car.
Yeah.
You win a new car? Nah,
Yeah, if I ever won a free car, I'd sell it just to pay off the taxes and then keep the profit.
like $2,000 profit.
Yeah.
That's still something you win it for free.
Yeah, and it would have been like a huge loss if you had to pay all the taxes.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, still, taxes versus like a $30,000 car,
Yeah.
or whatever the car's worth.
I'd rather win a free trip. If I was on Wheel of Fortune, I'd rather win a free trip than a free car.
Free trip to Waikiki.
Waikiki.
Penthouse.
Yeah, visit Johnny's Penthouse. This episode is brought to you by Waikiki
Penthouse.
Penthouse.
Presidential.
Hey, you know Hawaii has the best acai bowls?
Dude, I've heard that from someone, but I don't know who it was. They just kept talking about it too.
You're stupid.
Yeah, funny. Maybe you should
Bowls.
explain that.
Yeah, every time we get an acai bowl, and no matter where it's at, Josh is like, "Oh, the best acai
I've ever
bowl
had.
I've ever had was in Hawaii."
If you ever
Like,
go
Josh,
to
we
Hawaii,
can't go to Hawaii, Josh. We're in
We're in
school,
Pullman,
so-
Washington, dude.
For all you
They're
uncultured
gonna
people,
find
if you
us.
ever go to
Oh,
Hawaii,
yeah, the 3 people that watch our podcast are gonna
We're
find
not
us, dude.
saying take off your shirt. He's gonna find us.
Hey, buy me a goat. Come find us. Pullman, Washington.
Don't do it.
Yeah, actually, don't.
That'd be
We
weird.
live in Wisconsin,
you're so
Wisconsin.
stupid.
home of the Beavers.
Wisconsin, Illinois.
But yeah, so it's been a good week, dude. I feel like
It has
it's been
been a
chill.
good
Yesterday, didn't do anything, dude.
I
out
made
there.
$900,000, so that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. All in a day's work.
All in a day's work.
Too bad it's GTA money.
That's funny.
But you have been trapping on that.
I have, dude. I'm about to get that flying
Reminds
car.
me of a young Justin Saylor playing Stardew Valley.
Okay, that was like a week ago.
Yeah. I miss those days, dude.
It was 2 weeks ago.
I told you about that girl in my class that was looking up Stardew Valley mods.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I was like, I can't imagine how you'd mod that game. It's so simple.
What's
Oh,
mod?
which is so
What does that
simple
mean?
yet so complex.
What does it mean when it's mod?
You like put in hacks in the game so you can do. You can
Unlimited
you can add
weapons.
in like your own things basically.
R1,
Gotcha.
R2, L1, L2, up, down, left,
And
right.
we get
you
to trapping.
get to banging.
Damn it. It's close.
But you get unlimited weapons.
But yeah, like like normally maybe you put in like a cow farm. Well, now you can put in a starfish farm if you
What
mod
the
it.
fuck are you talking about, dude?
Dude,
A
if
cow
you mod it-
farm?
Yeah.
You're on
A
a
cow
farm.
barn.
Cow barn.
Yeah,
but
which
barns,
is basically
dude,
a cow
barns
farm.
they don't discriminate. It could be any animal.
Okay. Well, anyways, you could put in like a starfish farm if you want. If you added mods.
Dude, what the fuck are you talking
I'm
about?
saying
right
if you
now?
added in mods, there's no.
Have you ever played Stardew Valley?
Yes, I
Do you
did.
think there's starfish,
I
dude?
paid 50% of it.
It takes place in a dystopian, the Midwest of America.
Dystopia.
A dystopian version of the Midwest of America. You think there's starfish?
Only
There is
you
an
would
ocean.
know.
No, there's a lake.
There's an ocean.
There is
Where do you
an
think
ocean.
you got those
There's an ocean.
seashells
You're
from?
right. There's an
Yeah.
ocean.
So
Yeah.
I sold
This
seashells
ocean
by
has a
seashore.
limited amount of sea animals, though.
How do you know?
I fished for all of them, dude. That was a fishing machine.
Yeah, but did you have an ocean fishing pole?
Yeah. I had the highest fishing pole.
Did you have a boat to go out into the
There
middle
was
of the
no
water?
boats. There was no boats.
So only the shallow fish that swim up. So you don't know.
I don't know how shallow they were, dude.
You don't know
Maybe-
the fish that can't swim up to shore where your pole will reach.
I think it's rude that you called those fish shallow, dude. I think they have very deep thoughts.
Ah. Yeah.
But new week, dude. We have a new week coming up. I'm excited. It's the week of possibilities.
You
This
mean
is
it's
the year.
this year of possibilities?
And next week is also the week of possibilities.
It's the day of
Possibilities can come in any
possibilities.
form, dude. Year, month, week, day, hour.
minute,
Minute.
second,
Yeah.
millisecond.
We're in a minute of possibilities right now.
Crazy things could happen at this exact moment.
Crazy things can happen if you make them happen, dude.
It's a
You make them
mindset.
happen up here, they happen out there.
It's a mindset.
It is a mindset, Josh. You get it.
Yeah. It's a mindset.
So we were supposed to do a volleyball tournament this week. We didn't do it.
Yeah, I broke my toe. So-
Unconfirmed.
It is confirmed. It hurts.
It was very bruised.
It's very
it's
black.
bad.
It went up the foot.
It's looking better though.
It's looking better and it's feeling better. I think if anything, maybe fractured. Because every once in a while I'll be like, dude, honestly, I don't know if it's broken because first like 3 days really hurt to walk on. Fourth day I was like, I can walk on it now, but it's not like it still kind of hurts. But and then I'll be in bed and I'll touch it or move it, and then it hurts so bad. And I scream a little bit.
I honestly think that if you let Keanu do that thing with the needle, it would have felt a
Nah,
lot
dude,
better.
no way.
You were drunk, dude. That would have been the best.
Burnt.
Time to do it.
Put a not burning, but really hot needle on your toenail and put a hole through it. No.
Well, it's because his toenail. He kicked an oven
Kicked an oven.
due to
No?
various alcohols,
There. It is.
and his nail just swelled up with a bunch of liquid blood.
Unconfirmed. How do you know it's liquid blood?
Well, it wasn't frozen blood, dude.
Been-
It was blood of the
Didn't see
liquid
it.
form, and if she put a needle through it, it would have released all the pressure. I think that would have.
It wouldn't have fixed the brokenness.
I think that that's just bruising that went back down because it had nowhere to escape.
Yeah, maybe, but it still hurt.
Lesson learned.
Just don't kick ovens.
Don't kick ovens.
I
Which
blame
is
Josh.
crazy because we've been in this apartment for 3 years and nobody's ever kicked that oven.
It sticks out though. I was looking the other day, and it does stick out.
Yeah, it does stick out.
And I think I was running through there, and then just perfectly hit that toe. It's not an important toe though. It's not the pinky. It's not the big toe. It's the one next to the pinky toe.
And the pinky and the big toe are the most important toes. Because if you don't have your pinky toe, you fall over, and that's a fact.
Yep. No pinky, bounce.
Yeah.
I thought it was big toe, no balance.
Also big toe.
Big toe's probably a huge proponent of balance as well. But pinky toe, you'll literally fall over. You'll just be walking, whoop.
Fall over.
It's like in Mario Kart when you slip on a banana. That's what you'd be like, whoop, whoop. Speaking of whoop, that's what this is. Whoop. This podcast is brought to you by Whoop.
I knew for a fact you was. I was gonna try to say it before you, but then I was like,
You can't.
I can't say it before.
I'm too fast, too furious.
Well, we can answer our questions. I'm
Dude,
waiting
we
for
just
that.
started.
Have we just started? I feel like it's been forever.
Yeah.
Well, let's explain our day. We're coming off a Costco high right now.
Costco.
Costco high?
Yeah, dude. All the feelings and the ecstasy that comes from a trip to Costco.
Free samples.
Free samples,
Yeah.
which
He doesn't
today
like
were
free
not the best.
No. They
Could have been
weren't-
better, but they were still good.
There was like 3, and the one I really wanted, one I really
Wontons.
wanted was a chicken bake, but we got that one. And the one that I really wanted that I didn't get was the wonton thingies.
What?
I think they're
What
just
was
called
those?
wontons.
They were opening it up like the whole time, and they never actually opened up. They even had the wontons sitting in a pan.
Well, they were
But-
cooking, I think.
Were they cooking?
I think they were
I
cooking.
think they were just blue balling us, dude. Because every time we walked by there, they were still in that pan, and they didn't look like they were cooked or cooking.
Yeah. I went back 3 times for this one sample, and they weren't ready either time. So, that
Yeah.
sucks. Also, it dropped $175.
115.
Yeah, mine
Dude,
was $115.
They call it the
Josh's was
$100
$60.
store, so
Yeah, it's easy to spend way more than that. Dude, I'm rocking the boat, bro.
Do you know that
Oh,
at Costco?
dude, I gotta take a shit right now. What did you say?
You know that in Costco they actually have all the aisles like for things that you're looking for.
they don't
specifically,
name it.
They have it separate like throughout the store because they want the way they do it is they imply the customers to go looking out throughout the whole store.
So you
Meaning
buy
they
more.
go out, they come out more than what they came in wanting.
Yeah.
Yep. They don't.
They have a strategic plan for
They
that
don't
shit.
label the aisles
Yeah, they don't
Mhm.
label
for
it.
that reason.
Yeah.
Which is smart
Sneaky
on their
bastards.
end, but kind of annoying on our end
It is.
because I've walked down so many aisles at Costco.
But I found a lot of things that I didn't know I needed because of that.
That's their trap.
It's their-
You're
It's pros and
you're
cons.
falling right in
But-
their trap.
But then I'm like, fudge, I needed that.
Yeah.
So it's good. So,
Yeah. Our freezer's packed right now.
packed. Dude, they should make freezers and fridges the same size. Yeah.
Well, we kind of need our fridge.
I don't think you really have the. I mean, when you live with 3 people, it makes sense. But when you just live by yourself,
If they just made it taller, though, I guess for people
Yeah.
like Josh, it would be kind of harder if it was taller, but
Short people.
short people problems.
Vertically challenged.
you can't say that. You're not short.
Well, I was talking for you.
I know.
Short people problems.
Yeah. Josh, do you prefer to be called vertically challenged or?
I've never heard that in my life.
Vertically challenged. That's funny. We had to move everything to our bottom shelves. At least the cups. You did that this summer.
Yeah, I did this summer. That was for Jamie though,
Oh.
mostly. It helps Josh too, but
I don't even grab those. I don't even use those cups. I never use them.
You never use cups.
yeah.
The only time I do is when it comes to drinking alcohol before pregame. But I never drink out of them because I have my own.
Yeah, I use my water bottle too. I
Yeah,
use those if I'm too lazy to get my water bottle or alcohol.
Dude, I'll use your new jars for like orange juice and stuff.
Yeah,
I like those a lot.
I do too. That's why I put them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
never
it.
used it.
It's very, and they're big, dude. They're kind of
big.
big.
Some restaurants, the jars that you have, some restaurants actually use the exact same jars you have, Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a very popular thing.
yeah.
It just tastes better. Than jar.
It does taste better, dude. Especially like a nice lemonade. You know, it's really good.
Oh, frozen or not frozen lemonade, but really like ice cold lemonade with like strawberries and stuff.
We can freeze the jars, dude. Put them in the freezer, and then when we pour the lemonade in there, it's like
Yeah.
it's just a nice experience, dude. That's what my dad does. He freezes
Mason
cups
jars?
every night. No, not mason jars, just normal cups, and then he pours his beer in there after work. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's what we did too at my place.
I'm like, Dad, you're really living, dude. I see that, and I'm like, it's nice.
Yeah, my mom always gets back at the same time from work, and my dad like 30 minutes before she comes home will put a cup in the freezer for her,
Yeah,
for her beer.
that's so sweet, dude. That's what my parents do too. It's the little things.
It's the little things, but it makes the beer way better. When
Yeah.
You sip it on like an ice cold glass.
Yeah, and the glass, when you pour the beer in, the glass gets all frosty on the
Yeah.
sides, and it looks really cool.
It's nice.
Yeah, we can start if we had more freeze. Dude, what I want for my house when I get older is a normal fridge freezer setup, right? And then like a freezer chest.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree.
One of those, just like in the garage or something. And then
You mean a
fro-
cooler?
You can freeze all your frozen foods and stuff. Yeah, but it's like it's a freezer.
We actually have that in our basement, just like a whole. It's a door, not a chest.
Really?
Mhm.
That's nice. My sister got one. It came with her house, just a big, huge freezer chest. And guess what? They don't use it.
Ask if we can have it.
Where would we put our electricity bill would go.
That's true. Our electricity
Way
bill
up.
would skyrocket.
I would
That
put
and Josh.
I would put a little mini fridge in my room. I was going to when we first moved in here sophomore year, but it would make the electricity go up and it wouldn't be worth it, so I never did.
What would you put in there? Like
little frozen stuff that I don't want to go down. Little maybe
When you're
almond milk.
high or whatever, you know, like
Yeah.
juice and snack
Yeah,
stuff.
oh, that would be so nice.
Mhm.
I won't have to go downstairs or anything.
That would be kind of nice.
I'll do that when I get my own apartment or something.
Yeah.
But
If you have your
here,
own apartment, you can just walk to the kitchen though. You don't have to go downstairs.
Because you won't have like
I guess-
upstairs, downstairs. If you're in your own apartment, one bedroom, bathroom, probably on one floor.
on one floor.
that's true. I'm moving back into my parents' house when I get back when I graduate, and I'll have a fridge in my room, a full size fridge in my room, and a little kitchen setup.
That throws me off. I've been in your house and it's like a living room, and I can't believe you're just living in like the living room.
That's where everybody lived. Both my sisters lived.
That
in
in that just the open area.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's why we did it like that. Is for people could live in it.
Is it as big as this living room or smaller?
It's bigger.
It's bigger, but it's literally like a living room, and then it walks over, and then there's like an actual room,
Yeah.
and then a bathroom like not next to the room. So it throws me off that you would live in like the room and then have a living room for like.
Well, the room has no windows.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So is the living room your own living room, or is it like common space where everybody is?
It's a Okay, so this I'll explain. It started out as my oldest sister's room, my stepsister. Started out as her room, and then my sister took it over when my stepsister moved out, and then it was her room. And then they moved out, and me and my brother were upstairs, and we're like, oh, this doesn't need to be a room anymore. We could turn it into a family room. So we turned it into a family room, and nobody uses it. The only person who uses it is my little nephew, and he uses it sometimes. And so when I move back, I'm gonna move down there because not only does it has its own kitchen, has a sink, little kitchen area, a fridge, and a separate door, dude. So if I want to sneak girls back at home, they can just come through the door and it goes straight to the basement to my room. Because the thing is, at my place, I'll come home late and my dog will bark every time. He's he's the biggest snitch, dude. He'll bark every time I come home, and so it's just if I use that own separate door, when I come home he won't bark and won't wake my parents up.
Smart.
And when the girls come over, it won't wake my parents up. So. So it originally started out as a bedroom.
That's interesting. That's
Yeah.
actually awesome.
It's basically just a big space. It's nice. It's real nice. And it's gonna be my room, and I have to take a shit so bad, dude. This is the worst time to start a podcast.
Yeah, why don't we get straight to the questions?
Yeah, we go to the questions.
Yeah, we can go to the
We can do a
questions.
shorter one this time. It's like
Yeah, it's
have to
fine.
all
We
be
can do
40
a
minutes.
30-minute one. We didn't think of any topics for this one. We just kind of been
I know,
flying
I
by
think
the
of
seat of our
topics.
pants.
All right, you ready for the questions?
Yeah.
So buy me a goat. Shout out, buy me a goat.
Shout out, buy me a goat.
Said Josh is a Fruit of the Loom guy because he's used to their whitey tighties.
Dude, we never
My-
introduced our underwear this time.
That's whatever. He said my only question right now is why are you the Underwear Boys? Who came up with the concept and why?
Answer
Okay.
that, Justin. You know
Well,
better than we do.
To explain this, I have to paint the picture. So, I deleted all my social media. I have nothing. Except for Tinder, I guess. Which, still social
You got
media.
it.
But, and then I started realizing there was times in my day where I wanted stuff to do. So I kind of dove pretty deep into podcasts. And I was watching, Chris D'Elia, congratulations. Shout out Chris D'Elia. And Tiger Belly by Bobby Lee. Shout out Bobby Lee. And Whiskey Ginger
This whole episode
by
is
Andrew
shout out.
Santino. Shout out Andrew Santino. And The Fighter and the Kid. Shout out Brendan Schaub and
I'm gonna freaking destroy you.
and Brendan Schaub and that other guy who actually I really like a lot. I forget his name right now. I'll remember it later. Anyway, so I started getting into podcasts and got pretty deep into those. And then over the summer, school was starting back up, and I was like, it'd be a fun idea if me and the boys got together and did our own podcast. And if it got big, whatever. If it didn't, then it'd just be fun
Still
bonding
fun,
time with
yeah.
our boys.
Just sitting here talking.
Yeah, and what does every podcast need? Is when podcasts such as Tiger Belly and congratulations, well not congratulations, but The Fighter and the Kid and Tiger Belly and Whiskey Ginger, they have people on the show, and like with Whiskey Ginger, they're drinking whiskey, so they're getting comfortable. They're interviewing people, they're getting comfortable. But what's more comfortable than being in your underwear, dude?
God.
Yeah.
So we wanted to give you the most real, raw, and relevant content. And in order to do that, you have to be comfortable. And we're comfortable, dude. Because we're in our
pants
underwear.
are restricted.
Pants are restricting. and we don't like them. And we say no to pants. We're free in the pants, dude.
We're pant free.
And you know what's even more restricting? Shirts. So let's take. No, I'm just kidding.
Some of our viewers would probably like that. But hey, if we get 100 subscribers, we might do a little shirtless podcast for you guys. Who knows?
Hey, that'd be nice.
That would be nice. It'd be a little
Even-
treat.
Yeah.
A little summer treat. But
100 subscribers, I like that. It's a good number
yeah,
to reach.
right now we're at 12, so
14.
we're at
So
14.
good luck.
So we need about 86
Actually,
more.
dude, we might have more.
Anyways, so that's how the Underwear Boys came to be.
That's
Justin
how
came to me this summer. He's like, hey, we should start a podcast. I was like, dude, I'm down.
Yeah,
Even if we don't get any followers or anything, like, it's going to be fun. We're still at 14.
yeah. Oh, we're at
Mhm.
14.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun. It's just like I honestly think every friend group should probably start a podcast and just it's just good to talk about stuff with your friends and all that stuff. And at first I didn't even think Josh was gonna do it.
Honestly, initially I wasn't down for it.
Now you like it though.
It wasn't until the third episode that we made that I really got into it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think what did it for me was I knew I wanted to do it, and then we did the first one and it got a lot more views than I thought.
I was shocked about that.
Yeah,
too.
so that kind of made me feel good about it.
We're talking like 300.
Yeah, we're talking 300.
We
Not
got
like-
400. Didn't you say 430?
Now it's at 400.
Not the 400. But at first it was like, dude, we just got to 300. We were pretty stoked about
I
that.
was shocked.
I thought it was gonna be 12 the whole time, so I'm like,
12. That's a pretty like.
well, like a low amount of views.
I don't use YouTube,
in the
so I don't know.
tens.
Yeah, in the double digits.
I wonder
for
how
sure.
like are people searching up underwear, like how are they finding our podcast, or is it showing up in like the most recent?
Well, here,
relevant-
viewers.
Right.
Yeah, let us know. How did you find out about our podcast?
Yeah, how'd you hear about it? Refer a friend. If you would want this on Spotify or Apple Music, let us know. Because right now it's only on YouTube. And ask us questions still, because every podcast we're answering fan questions. So
And ideas we can do certain like topics for our podcast,
yeah, certain topics and
like reviews. I've been thinking reviews would be pretty fun.
reviews would be fun. Basically, I just want this to be like a little community, like where we react with you guys react with us. We're bouncing off each other, all that stuff.
And on that note,
I like
what is
that.
the next question?
What is the next question?
Matthew Alonso said, "How did you guys meet?" I can start that one off because
Matthew Alonso.
That was
Shout
the
out,
question.
out.
How did we meet?
shout
How
out
did we
Matthew
meet?
Alonso.
So freshman year, I had my roommate who was my best friend, and we were living in a dorm room, and it was right after I broke up with my girlfriend that I was dating for a year, and I came back into my apartment and I saw Justin because he was hanging out. I guess you and Logan were friends.
Yeah, so his best friend went to my high school, and we talked a little bit in high school. Like, we were friends. We never hung out outside of high school. But when we came to college, I saw him like 6 times in one day. And so finally, I was like, yo, let's hang out. And then we did.
Yeah. So I came back into the apartment and I saw him and Logan playing PS4 or PS3 at that time. I don't think they had PS4.
I don't know.
I don't know, they were playing video games, and at first I didn't really like him. just the whole vibe I got from you was kind of like off a little bit.
No, dude.
Yeah,
you were in
okay.
a bad mood
Okay,
already.
I was in a bad mood already, but also it was a long story that day.
We were using your PS4, weren't we?
Yeah. Okay. We'll
So,
jump
yeah,
into
it
No,
wasn't
this is
my
why.
vibes.
This is why. This
dude.
is why.
It
This
wasn't
is
my
why.
vibes.
That was just okay. What happened was Logan. So we were setting up our whole dorm room, and then I brought my PS3, and Logan and I always played. We grew up together, so we always played video games together. And I was telling him we should put the TV on his side and then the couch area, because I had a couch too, on my side to kind of like spread out the room. And he said no, because he wanted to store stuff under his bed. So I had to put everything on my side, which gave me no room to store stuff, so I couldn't bring as much stuff. And then he would use it without asking. So it was like, you got a little compromise. So I came back, and then when he was playing with his friend, I was like, okay, that's just snaky. So
Snaky.
started off like that, but I still thought Justin was pretty cool, in a way. So the more I got to know you, I was like, all right, this kid's dope as fuck. And then I don't know how we hung out the second time. I think
We went to Mike's.
we went to Mike's,
Yeah.
which is like a club for 18 plus. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was during Hollow Week, right?
No.
This was before.
This was way before that.
Shit, never
This
mind.
is like September. This is still early. I think it's the first week of school is when this was.
Yeah, that's when you guys met.
Because you guys went to Mike's before the first week of school. They had like a free one.
And I got into like the 21 plus area, which is pretty dope for
Yeah.
a second. And then my friend came up and she's like, "Wait, did I let that guy in too?" So she made me come back, and she's like, "Yeah, you gotta leave." But she's already stamped my hand. So then we went to the 18 plus part, and I got to get in and buy free alcohol.
Yeah. So.
Shout out to Mike's.
But then we went the next week. Me, you, and Logan went the next week,
Yeah.
and that was fun.
That was
And
fun.
That's kind of what we did for a while. I feel like we just went out places.
Party. And then Logan would go home because he had work in Spokane. So I got to the point where I'd get bored, so I'd hit up Justin. And then we'd just hang out. And then from there, Josh lived in Justin's dorm. So
Well, then this is where it goes to my part of the story.
Yeah. Now
And then
part.
how it came to be was I was in a dorm different than Johnny's, and I had my own roommate, and it was just for a semester. And the way I got to know was the first person I met was Justin because he was in the same hall as I was and in the same floor, just a couple doors down. And we got to know each other because I was interested in being an RA. And for those of you guys who don't know, an RA is a resident advisor that basically watches over that floor that you're in and is in charge of that floor. And so I was interested in that, so I ended up talking to the RA in charge of our floor. And at the same time, Justin came into interested in about the same thing in the beginning, and that's how we met, was through our RA. And then I would see him pass by a couple times with his ex-girlfriend now, and then I just saw him. When I first saw him walking by, I was like, that guy looks like not only can he pull girls, but he looks like a cool dude. And then I was like, I really want to know that guy. And I was like, he looks too cool for me. And so fast forward a couple weeks later, I'm just chilling in the main hallway watching the football game with RA and a couple other people, and Justin decides to join in. My parents sent me a care package of some brownies. Ate it. It was not the best brownies. Justin can agree.
Probably the worst brownies I've
Yeah.
ever had in my entire life.
It's probably because of the flight, the distance, it got them like dry.
Something about them,
But-
and I choked. Dude, I ate them, and I did not want to
Dude,
because
but he was
I
a trooper.
Yeah, I didn't know him, and I didn't want to be rude.
Yeah, and so then from there we just clicked and we got to know each other more. And then at the end of the semester, my roommate moved out because he was transferring to a different college, and so I was going to be at the end of the semester next semester with no roommate. And Justin had a current situation of his own, and we ended up rooming together that following semester, and that's how we ended up getting to know each other.
your roommate was a dick, wasn't he?
So I'll explain my perspective of how we met. So yeah, what Johnny said was true. We met via a mutual friend, and then we started hanging out more. And when I realized that me and you had started to become friends more than me and Logan, was Logan would always take me back to Spokane when I had to go, because I'd go visit my family or something. I had to go back a couple times with Logan. And then one time, Logan was going back, and you were also going back, separate cars, and I went with you instead of Logan. Which was different because Logan was taking me back every time. But I went with you, and then I was like, all right, dude, now we're friends. So that's how that happened. But with Josh, yeah, I met him because we both want to be RAs or whatever. It didn't happen for either of us.
No.
I decided not to because RAs are basically professional snitches, dude. They just snitch on people for...
I wouldn't have been, but
Yeah.
I stayed to where till the end of the year dedicated. I even did the interview process and all that.
Oh, I got undedicated after like a week, dude.
Yeah.
But, and then I had the worst roommate ever. He would like steal money from me, steal chargers, steal water bottles, steal
Lock
weed.
you out of your room.
Lock me out of my room because we had a chain on our door, and so like I would use my key to open the door, and then he'd put the chain on there, and then he would sleep through me yelling at him to wake up.
Wasn't there a time where the freaking key thing was like broken or something? Like
He broke the key in your door. I remember that.
Yeah, he broke
Yeah.
his key in our door. I don't know how that happened. He would do like cocaine in the room, which that part I actually wasn't mad about. That's fine. But he would smoke weed in the room, and like that's also fine if it doesn't smell. But he'd just do it in the middle of the room with just one fan pointed out the window, but he wasn't anywhere near the window.
I always had the cops called on him.
Yeah, so the cops got called I think 2 or 3 times to our room, and every time I'd come in there, he'd be smoking weed. I'd just have to leave my own room, and because the cops would come. So that was fun. So he's the worst roommate ever, and then finally Josh's roommate left, and I was like, dude,
He
I
was
got
the
a
best
room with
roommate
you.
ever.
Yeah. Well,
Alright.
yeah.
Josh would just be
Shut the fuck
in the
up.
middle of the night. Josh would just be over Justin's bed,
That did happen one
taking
time.
videos or something weird.
I never took videos.
You just
That
be
is so
over-
weird.
No,
I did
but-
it as a joke, okay?
But one time
I'm
though,
not a creep.
one time though, I did have a girl over, and she was staying in my bed, and Josh, we were in the dorm, so he's in the bed next to us, and I like opened my eyes, and he's standing over both of us, just.
Dude, you're making me sound like a creep. I'm not. I just did it because I was a weird kid back then.
Yeah.
But also, you knew that girl, so it wasn't that weird.
Yeah, we were all friends.
We all laughed about it. It was funny.
And then and then Johnny, we met through. The first time I met Johnny was actually halfway through before we even roomed for semester.
It was Halloween.
It was Hollow Week. I was going to Stubby's with a different group, and then we walked past you and Johnny and then whatever friend, and it was my birthday, 18th birthday, so it was
Oh,
exciting.
I remember that.
And
You
then
were
Johnny,
Mario.
and then Johnny was like drinking. So I was like, "What are you drinking?" And he's like, "Oh, here, try." And he's like, "Oh no, you can have it. It's your birthday." And so
Yeah.
you gave it to me. That shit was nasty. It was spicy.
It was
alcohol.
jalapeno vodka. I got it for free.
Oh, dude, I
You
remember that.
I drank
My
it.
my ex-girlfriend's mom gave me like a bag, like literally like a garbage bag full of just those little shots of like vodka, jalapeno vodka. It was terrible. But I mean,
Oh, we were so desperate for alcohol though. We had no
drank
way to get
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
That
you
was
just clog.
sad.
You just plug your nose and just chug it.
God, dude, I got flashbacks. to that.
That shit was terrible.
Oh.
I still have some.
Not only vodka's the worst alcohol,
But when it's
and then it was
jalapeno-
jalapeno flavored vodka.
That's why she gave it to me. But she also gave me some good ones. I forgot, but we drank those obviously.
But she
very
she also
fast.
gave you chocolate ones, which are still bad.
Yeah, those ones are bad too.
Better than jalapeno. for
There was
sure.
other ones that I think I drank in like the first.
Yeah, there was
week.
decent ones.
I drank in like the first week.
Yeah, there was some decent ones.
I remember that though. I remember I gave you it, and then you had a beer or something, and then we went to go into a frat, and you hid it behind a tree.
Oh yeah,
That was so funny.
I couldn't carry it in my pocket, so I was like, I didn't want to get in trouble with this. So I just hid the beer in the next to.
And
It was still there when we came back.
Yeah,
wasn't
but I
it was
drank
still
it.
there. It was
Mhm.
funny. I
Yeah.
remember that. It made me laugh so hard.
Yeah,
I
that
looked
was-
over and you're just stumbling over next to the tree. I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, oh, I'm hiding my beer. And then you like stuck it under the tree. And then when we left the party, you just went over there and started drinking.
Dude, I'm a boss. What can I say?
That was when like the friend group like solidified was
Yeah.
Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice because before that, it's like I had you and Logan, and then I had like my dorm friends, and it's just like it was like two separate lives, dude. And I just wanted them all to just.
And after that,
Right.
dude, I was like hanging out at your guys' dorm more than I was hanging out at my dorm.
Yeah, you came to ours like every day.
I go to class, get done with class, come over and stay there till like 10 or 11 and then go walk home.
But also, our floor had like a good environment. Your
did.
floor, nobody really hung out.
His
on
floor
your-
was
Social.
no, it was guys and girls. Mine was just
Co-ed.
guys. Co-ed.
Yeah.
So mine was just guys, and it was like in a weird. It wasn't just a hallway. It was like a circular thing. So if people were like had their door open, you couldn't really go walk by and say, "Hey, what's up?" It was like you
Yeah.
had to walk in. It was weird. It wasn't a good.
And we always had our door open. We always had friends in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I liked about your guys' dorm is
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
was so friendly.
I liked it because, especially with our hallway, it was like our room, and then like people like if you open your door, there could be another person open your door, and you guys could see into each other's rooms from
and
your.
talk. Yeah,
It made it
Talk.
easy to make friends. Like,
did.
It did. That's what I liked about it.
yeah,
It's like, but then I wanted to be friends with everybody on our floor, and I didn't think that's gonna happen. Within a month, it happened.
within a month, yeah, literally. I was friends with everybody I wanted to be friends with. There was like a few people that I wasn't friends with, but I got weird vibes from, so
yeah.
I didn't even want to be friends with them.
Mm-hmm. No, it was interesting. Yeah,
Yeah, that was a
and
good.
it's
Floor.
funny because the common hangout place is always either at the front of the hall or at the end of the hall.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
It's funny. Gannon Goldsworthy was my last choice for a dorm, but it ended up being like one of the best places because it was right. It was also right next to the South Side.
You see, a
Mhm.
lot of people want to live in Northside, but Goldsworthy was
Northside.
my choice. Was
Dude,
one of my top choices.
Could you imagine if I lived? That was my first choice was North Side.
Mine too.
And could you imagine if that happened? We would have never met. Well, maybe because you hung out with Logan.
Yeah, all three of my choices were Northside, Duncan Dunn, I think, or yeah, Duncan Dunn and Straight Parham.
You know what's weird? Stevenson was my second choice.
I didn't even pick Goldsworthy.
I did. Goldsworthy was my first choice. My first one, I think, was it was somewhere on Hillside. I don't remember.
Well, it makes sense that you got Stevenson. 'Cause that's like the
It was right next to the whole engineering.
exactly. It's
side.
like the computer science and the engineering majors usually get.
Yeah, I was mechanical engineering for when I.
Oh yeah,
got
Abdu was in
that.
that same dorm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Abdu was?
in the same dorm as you. Freshman year.
Oh, he was in East. I think I was in South.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember now.
Yeah. Good times, dude. I'm glad. I think it worked out perfectly.
Nah, I didn't
Like our living situation and everything.
Yeah, and then for living here. Yeah.
Oh, dude. The first day I met, the first moving day for college, I was meeting Robbie for the first time, and all my parents came to help me move in and stuff, like every family does. And we walk in, and Robbie's just like in his underwear, like no covers, no blankets or anything, just like asleep, just sprawled out in his underwear. And I'm like, what's up, dude? And he didn't wake up. Like, he was awake. Obviously, he woke up, dude. We were moving stuff into my room.
He just pretend like he's.
He was just pretending like he was asleep the whole time. So we moved all this stuff in the room, and my mom's like, should we put this stuff away? I'm like, let's just go get lunch, and then hopefully he's gone by the time we get back.
Yeah.
You say that out loud.
No, I just said, I said that to them, but I didn't say it so he could
He
hear
was
it.
like, "Let's go get lunch."
Yeah, I was like, let's go get lunch. And then we went and got lunch. He was gone by the time we got back. But I was like, dude, just
What?
like,
that's so weird.
Just
He's
wake
a
up.
weird dude.
he's a weird dude. Just wake up and say, oh, my bad. Didn't know you guys were coming this early,
Yeah.
which it was like noon. So it wasn't that early.
He was
He's
a
a
weird
weird
guy.
dude.
Yeah, it's probably the, you know when they're like, oh man, I hope I really like my roommate. Like I just don't want like I don't want the worst case roommate. He's worst case roommate.
And you're a live guy, dude. You've had it bad. You're a live guy that was.
No, my live guy was a sweetheart. He was so nice. But I walked in on him masturbating. And for a live is like an orientation to get you adjusted to college. It's like you do it in the summer before you go to college, and you sign up for classes and stuff. And it's 3 days. 2 nights, 3 days, and I walked on this guy masturbating. It's like you couldn't wait 3 days, or do it in the bathroom.
Seriously.
But it's cool. We're friends. I see him everywhere, and that guy actually pulls really hot girls.
Does he?
Really hot, really
Shit.
hot, dude. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, out of his league.
Probably.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if he's just friends. I just see him with hot girls a lot.
I mean, he probably has a lot of money.
I think he does have a lot of money. He seems like that type.
Yeah.
Was there any other questions? Or
That was it.
well, there was only 2?
There's only 2.
Huh.
Yeah, we're still in the early stage podcast. Soon we'll be like, all right, random question. We don't have time for all of these. Hopefully.
So
Whoa.
if we don't answer them on the podcast, we'll answer them on YouTube in the comments. So
I like that. I'll stay up answering questions.
yeah,
And then the ones we do on podcast, we won't answer.
because the Underwear Boys, we're for the fans. We need to come once we get big, dude. We need to come up with like a name for our community.
Oh.
Brian Callen is the guy in The Fighter and the Kid. Okay, I remember
30
that.
minutes later.
And he's actually one of my top 5 favorite comics, and I cannot believe I forgot his name.
Comics?
Comedians,
Oh.
people who make jokes.
Well, no shit.
I saw him this summer, Brian Callen.
Really?
Yeah, it's so funny. I invited you.
Oh, you did invite me to answer. I don't have enough money, I think.
Yeah,
The Undie Crew?
the Undie Crew.
We're called the Underwear Boys. The Undie Crew.
We'll figure it out.
We'll
We're not even big yet,
That was
so.
fast.
All right. Well, anything else you guys want to say? Because we're probably at around 45 minutes.
Yeah, dude, I know you have to take a shit,
I do have to take a shit.
so I'm fine with stopping it here. I had
Yeah.
some very important things to say, but
No, you didn't.
I
All right. Let's end it by saying what underwear we're wearing. And your boy is wearing Calvin Klein.
I've never seen you wear those before.
I wear them all the time.
American Eagle.
It's his new brand called Airism. You should try it.
He put them on specifically for this podcast. Specifically. And
You
he's
gotta try
wearing,
something new.
he's
And shut
wearing-
the fuck up!
he's wearing
I will butt you, Johnny.
underwear underneath it.
You're wearing underwear underneath your underwear?
Underwear
Dude,
underneath.
yeah, bro,
Dude.
you gotta fucking be prepared.
What are those? For
If
the
both
low?
of those came off, oh, I would have died.
Oh, that would've been funny.
That would have been funny, dude.
You gotta try something new once in a while.
It's because I told him his balls would show if he lifted up his legs, because he always lifts up his legs. So he put on
Specifically
two.
meant for sleeping, okay? But
All
yes,
right. Well,
Thank
this
you
is
for
the
watching.
Underwear Boys.
This is the Underwear Boys.
See you later.
See you later.